If that would like to stay where I had it earlier, please, that would be great. Okay, hello everybody. This is the next room over in the Starman base. Yes, when I was offline, I did actually grind out a Sword of Kings. I will show that off in a second here. Let's go into our status. Oh, can we not see the equipment from there? We have to check our inventory. Or equip menu, rather. Also, you can see... A Yearpog. Hello there. Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark! Oh, wait, we've done that joke many times before, and it's probably not funny anymore. Interesting, the Twitch chat box did not show that as a subscription, just as a message. Well, yeah, that's about right. So, here we are. This is what I wanted to show off before. Sword of Kings, pardon me. I'm doing it again. I'm the worst. And yes, I ground this out, and it took like 4.5 hours or something to actually get the drop rate to happen. And contrary to popular opinion, no, I did not just Google up a code that let me get a drop no matter what. Yes, I did. Because it was absolutely infuriating. It was something like... Again, I spent literally longer than an entire stream session trying to grind this out, plus what I did the last time I streamed this game. So, yeah, again, a little bit of an asterisk on this game, but also, consider that a bit of expediting, because if I had leveled up too much, I would have probably loaded state anyway, just because we do want some EXP-related wiggle room toward the end of the game for our buddy Ness. And granted, we're only level 69, nice, but still, I would be very concerned about that. Also, yeah, Ness is homesick, which is unfortunate, but I guess it's a good thing that provided we don't get in any more fights, Ness is not going to have to do jack diddly shit for the rest of this dungeon. And now we switch back off of the Casey Bat. We lose, like, 75-ish offense, give or take. But we can actually hit things now if Ness decides to act, which is a big if when we're homesick. Oh, you're the wrong exit mouse to talk to. Alright, so the game is nice enough to give you an exit mouse in the middle of this dungeon, which... I've said before that this game can be pretty rough for an RPG, but there are nice little moments like that, and then we get into this bootleg blackout basement area, and we've got what I'm pretty sure are going to be atomic power robots hanging out around here. They're nuclear powered! Oh no, it's military Octobots. That's significantly less bad. Bastard. Ness, did you put the Casey Bat back on? That said, the military Octobots can be kind of annoying because they can steal stuff from you. Hey, Jeff got 3 points of offense and 3 points of IQ that he probably doesn't need that many of at this point in order to be able to repair the other items in the game. And no, I am not going to grind out for the other 1 in 128 items. If we get them, we get them. If we don't, I'm not going to be too broken up about it. And, oh, buddy, I don't like either of you. So let's pop the neutralizer real quick, and we will also toss a little bit of life up over at Paula, because we don't want to... We certainly don't want to Starstorm this turn. That's a good way to end up in Deathville. Alright, Ness, we don't really need you to do a whole lot. You can defend as well, Paula. Let's fire the heavy bazooka and some Starstorm Alpha. Avert your eyes if you are sensitive to this type of flashing. Yes, for those of you who are wondering, they did make that significantly less eye strain inducing on later versions of this. I'm not 100% certain about the Game Boy Advance port. I've actually never played the GBA version of EarthBound, but I know that it was lessened for the Wii U/new 3DS Virtual Console port. I forget if this game is available via Switch Online, which will just let you know how much I actually use Switch Online. Ooh, Pixie's bracelet. That... I don't know if Ness can... Maybe... Yeah, Ness can equip it. Nice 10 extra defense here. Please leave. Yes, overshoot. There we go. That's how you use the teleport. And oh, buddy, we've got a lot of folks here in not such a great state. Old bloop club. KO, can't breathe. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh no! Oh, I think Mr. Saturn farted in it, in the water. Or whatever that substance is. It's probably not water, per se. Also, no problem here. Never mind Dr. Anonut's hanging out up there. Fuck that guy. He's not particularly a great father, so okay. Also, this one hippie hanging out in here. The one New Age retro hippie. And the Mr. T NPC that we've seen a couple of times. They just ran out of some scientist designs, I guess. Alright, so here's our boss for the area. Again, they're trying to suggest that the Starmen are robots, but I don't know if this necessarily works. Their dialogue in Japanese, I think, is written in katakana. Is written in a different alphabet than the rest of the dialogue in order to imply that they speak in a different manner. And I've seen it rendered as, like, all caps before, and that just kind of makes them sound like they're screaming, which is hilarious in its own right. Oh, by the way, worst boss ever. The multi-bottle rockets are expensive, but they trivialize so much of the game in certain key areas that it is very nice. The Stonehenge base ceased functioning. And despite that, we've still got this music going on. Talk to everybody. So he just sat here and waited long enough. Buddy, you couldn't actually do much of anything. You were inside of a glass tube. Hanging out on Tony's head. Neat. That's pretty nice. But a 7% chance. Yeah, we get it. You're a nerd, so you talk like a nerd. Just thought it was a good opportunity to meet Mr. Saturn. What about that book? Looking for the book Overcoming Shyness. Return it to the Onette Library. Please use the book to help the Shy Tenda tribe. How do you know about that? Did we tell him about the Tendas? Kidnapped by some of Gigas' toadies. Toadies, what an excellent word. Not to be confused with the musical group. Let's start on the phase disorder as soon as possible. I mean, I guess that's true. Kidnapped while milking a cow. Yeah, have you ever heard about what aliens do to cattle? Supposedly. Can you move so I can go talk to Tony? Yes. Oh, hi, Ness. Yes, good for you. That's very nice. You seem a little defensive. He's actually more so in the original Japanese, if I recall correctly, but I could be wrong about that. I think you're overselling it. 10,000 years is a long, long time. So anyway, this room is still Blackout Basement fun times, but as you can see, there are no enemies in here whatsoever. And don't worry, I am going to exit mouse. I just want to go and grab that box that we missed. And see if it's of any use. There's a broken trumpet. That, I would say, is of some use. Perhaps. Jeff, you've got open space in your inventory. Alright, Ness, you have a coin of defense still. I should sell that. Why do you still have that coin of defense, Ness? That's weird. Okay, so a nice 30 defense up for Paula, which is great because she needs that. And we didn't give her the pixie band earlier because we're just kind of mean, I guess. Point of silence. And Pooh has all the equipment that he can have at this point. You may not have caught it because I didn't really give it enough time to actually show. Also, I'm going to feed Ness a speed capsule. Ness probably needs the speed more than anybody here. Back to what I was saying. You probably didn't really get a chance to see it, but Pooh having the Sword of Kings has the attack command bash still. You'll notice that the attack command still usually changes depending on your weapon type. There's a bash and a shoot. Obviously, Jeff has a shoot, and if you equip a yo-yo or a slingshot, you also get a shoot because they're ranged weaponry. But of course, we would never do that. We are not going to use things like that. Alright, so this guy can only sell us things. He got secret herb. Did he always have a secret herb? Maybe, I don't remember. Anyway, a lot of people tend to, like, get very, very annoyed about that with the Sword of Kings because it's like, oh, well, shouldn't it be slash or something if it's a sword? And just to emphasize that, yeah, it is very much a sword. It is shown in the official art, which would be somewhere in the guide, I believe, which I've actually never seen, the player's guide. I just know it exists because it came in every new version of the game, every new copy back when the game was new. Came with the player's guide pre-included every time for whatever reason that may have been. Probably just to, you know, help people out with, because I guess it would have been perceived as being particularly difficult of an RPG in order to figure out what was going on. Maybe a little, because it definitely breaks quite a few conventions. This taxi is really trying to kill us. So anyway, a lot of people are very... There are a lot of people who are like, well, are you sure it's actually a sword? Yes, it's shown in that artwork that it's actually a katana. And like, a lot of people get mad that, oh, it still says bash. It's for one weapon. You know, at least the shoot things make sense because there's a lot of those ranged weapons and it's Jeff's entire thing. I don't really know what to say to those people other than, like, don't start saying weird shit like, oh, is it Sword of Kings in a representational kind of, you know, dick joke way? No. I would assume not. Pooh is like 15. If it is, that would be very, very strange. But, you know, welcome to the internet. People are not necessarily very smart. We'll put it that way. Pooh, do you have anything to sell? You do not. Jeff, how about you? Do you need all this shit? Yes, you do. You definitely need all that shit. So let's head over to the library, which is in a different direction. There's Town Hall. Is the library further up? Yes. I knew the library was, like, fenced in, but I couldn't remember otherwise where it was. That reflects so well on me. Now we just start searching these bookshelves. To go try and find Overcoming Shyness. There we go. We got the Shyness book. Which makes it sound like it's an item that teaches you how to be shy instead. Which, frankly, I don't need that, that's for sure, and neither do the Tendas. Alright. So we're going to go to the Tenda Village. and somehow run into a tree that we're like 8 feet away from. Good job, Ness. Okay, I do not have that together today. Let's just look for a much wider area. Alright, if this dude in the I Love New York shirt could move. Or should that be I Love Foresight in this universe? I moved to dodge the truck, and then... Honestly, holy this is the worst traffic I've ever seen in 1-ets. That's probably not true, actually, but it's definitely not particularly good. At this point, we are just going to not sunk costs fallacy, rather, and use teleport beta to go teleport to the Tenda village here. Whoop. As everybody just sneaks up that cliff. Hello, Magic Butterfly. You are in a weird place. Alright, so we're going to do this a couple of times real quick, just to make sure that... See if we can get Jeff to fix his machines here. There we go, fix the broken trumpet. Became the defense shower. The harmonica, I believe, turns into a weapon that might actually not be as good as what he has. There we go, the broken harmonica becomes the baddest beam. That's good. Good weapon name, but unfortunately we might have a much badder beam already, so... Let's go ahead and let's find out. Yeah, we got the death ray. Oh no, the baddest beam is actually better. Never mind. Disregard what I said. That spectrum beam is not particularly useful. Alright, so here's our village elder here. Hand over the shyness book. Oh wow, that's pretty effective then. Wow. Wow. Like to give us some Tenda crowd, eh? Type of dish that all Tenda likes. And the like, it stinks but it tastes wonderful. Well, okay. I wonder if that book is ever going to be able to get back to the library. Oh, hello, photographer. Hooray! One of the relatively few completely unavoidable photographs in the game if you played through the entire thing. You have a happy little question for us. Is that anything like a Bob Ross kind of thing? Are you sure this is the correct player's name? If it's not right, you can change it. Yes, that is correct. So, for those of you who are unaware, which I would not be surprised if a lot of people didn't know this, you actually have to enter your player name completely twice in the original Japanese version. Once, of course, is in the actual Japanese alphabets, for purposes of it showing up in the dialogue, like here. Yes, mouse cursor for a moment, it helps. Meanwhile, the second one is writing it out in English for use possibly at some other place where only English text would be available. I will not necessarily spoil any further about that. So in this game, when they brought it over to English, they changed it so that way you just have a chance to change what you put in earlier. And then you get asked multiple times to make absolutely sure that you've written it out correctly. Which is a good way to instill you with doubt. Hot Springs. This is the Tender Trader. You like the Horn of Life? Give me the Horn of Life. I'll give you something. Look at list. Ooh boy, that's not really worth, honestly. Aside from maybe the Bag of Dragonite. Because otherwise, the Hall of Fame bat, that's like, you're spending over 12k at that point. Close to 14. In order to get to a weapon that is definitely not the best in the game for Ness. I think the Talisman coin is something that we actually get better equipment than not too far in the future either. And of course, the food items are not that useful. Will I give Horn of Life? I don't even have one, my friend. Ground very large area. Exist dinosaurs. Big. Scary. Not feathered because it's the 90s. Lost Underworld. Stone. There is. Talks lots. Alright. We'll investigate that little tendo over there in just a second. Before I do that, I am going to put out a quick call to Escargot Express to pick up some items from Jeff because his inventory is choked. Oh, we're getting a bit of an audio glitch there. I've had a lot of audio issues with this version of SNES 9X. I don't know if it's my computer or what, or... Well... Alright. Take the Spectrum Beam. Take the Death Ray. And to be honest, you can take the Counter Psi unit. Yep. Get out of here, buddy. Did he take my money? I'm going to assume so, but it seems like he didn't. Maybe I just mashed through the button a little too fast earlier to notice. So, the defense shower, because I don't know if we're going to use that, but we may as well keep it in here. Let's take a quick examination of this. Increases the defense of your entire party, and it can be stacked. It's basically a defense spray, but a little better, and does not get consumed. So, let's take a cup of tea, and I'll be back in just a moment. You all can watch this by yourself. Enjoy more psychedelic coffee shenanigans. a pretty nice song, isn't it? I really do love those little break cutscenes. Those are pretty great. Let us continue with our quest, however. So we've got this big rock here. A little big for us. Yeah, recently everyone was able to talk a lot, so you've lost your identity. Oh well. I understand how that goes sometimes. Whoa! That's pretty impressive, not gonna lie. That rock. Huh. I got a feeling that what's gonna happen is, in the ending, we're going to rescue the princess, and she's going to get crushed by that giant rock. You're playing Isaac in the background, so it's difficult to hear. That's... well... I suppose it cannot be helped too much, I'm sorry. Good evening. Hello, Talking Rock. Talking Rock, the rocks around here don't talk very much. Well, that's kind of normal. The rock that talks most is deep down in the labyrinth of ways ahead, in the lost underworld. Don't forget to talk to the rock, it's important. I don't think you have to talk to the rock to actually make progress. No, you don't have to talk to the rock to make progress, but it does tell you some stuff that is very useful. Meanwhile, this is the Lumen Hall dungeon. This is going to be where we find our 7th Your Sanctuary location, and this is... up to this point, if you do not go on any of the side quests for the others, this will be only the 3rd that you have encountered. The game doesn't force you to do most of them until much later. Our first fight here, we get a Conducting Spirit. Wow, they're recycling sprites already. Damn. And thankfully, nice easy enemy, only like 600 HP. It can do... presumably only Thunder Beta. I think nothing in the game, other than us, can use a higher level of Thunder than Beta, but I don't remember offhand. Also, you're going to notice that much like quite a few other places that we've encountered up to this point, we can't quite see what enemies we're fighting until we actually get into a battle with them. That is one thing that I will give as a pretty noticeable strike against this game. Also, Life Up Omega, we finally have an Area of Effect heal spell. That's nice. We got an IQ capsule. I don't think we're going to be needing to give those to Jeff anymore. So I guess I can just give that to whoever has the least psychic points. Is that going to be... that's going to be you, isn't it, Pooh? Yeah. Frankly, we really don't need to give stuff like that to Ness, because in a little while, we're going to be getting ourselves a massive stat up that's going to include a lot of IQ and Vitality. However, not here. Although, that said, these enemies are worth some pretty good experience. The Fobbies, which are just orange foppies. And, you know, you can put them in a thing and make juice. You shouldn't actually do that. That sounds a little bit disgusting. Well, let it never be said that... I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that one. I think we can get away with... actually, you know what, Jeff? You have the Hungry HP Sucker. There's some hit everything damage. We're gonna just try and clear this group out with our medium-sized hit all attacks, because they're not that strong. In fact, Starstorm will probably take all of them out. Yeah. Like 500 HP a pop. That's nothing. They do, however, carry the HP Sucker, so they will occasionally pull that out, and it will do shockingly large amounts of damage to you. And there we are, another piece of equipment for Pooh. I didn't realize that you got that so quickly. Don't drop it. And Pooh can equip himself a Diadem of Kings. If you've ever been in the Diadem in Final Fantasy XIV, there are no kings or anything to be involved there, just... oh wait. Never mind. Whip that. Does that do anything other than just look cool? Let's see if the game wants to tell us. Yep. It just increases his defense, apparently. I believe most of the King's equipment gives, like, various extra stats and stuff. But I could not tell you what in particular beyond that, so... Oh wow, that's like only 400 HP on these then, or something. Definitely not a lot in the tank, that's for sure. Wow, okay. Never mind, it's much closer to 300. I can't believe how much I overshot their stats by earlier. And Jeff gained 1 HP. Good for you, Jeff. You're doing something, that's for sure. I don't want to involve that conducting spirit. I'll fight the... I just prefer to fight these enemies one at a time. Oh geez, yeah, they actually have Thunder Gamma. I didn't know that anything in the game had that. Other than player characters, obviously. We've been over that before. So real quick, let's show off some Life Up Omega. 24 PP. And it's a nice chunk of healing. It's like 400 or so to everybody. Which for a while is just gonna be max out the entire party's HP. That is pretty solid for 24 second points. Ooh, a luck capsule. That is also going to be fed to Ness. No, we're going to give that to Jeff. Luck affects accuracy, by the way. I found out since last time I streamed this. Sure, buddy. Thanks for talking to me. That's all you got. All right. That's okay. And here we go. Another conducting spirit. Oh, look at him go. Nice crit, Pooh. You are doing good. So that chest is a little bit well guarded. Oh, God. Oh, would that have been safe if I hadn't turned around? Yeah, Franklin badge. The Franklin badge doing work here. For the one time that it reflected a lightning bolt. But you know what? That's still pretty good. I'll take anything I can get. Oh, hey, rock candy. I should actually use that this time. Paul, I'll take the rock candy. Hey, she gained a point of guts. That's all right. I might give her a better chance to survive a really big hit. Which is always a concern because she is made of, well, about the same consistency of a paper towel, whatever it is. Oh. Oh, wow. A 6-pack of Fobbies. That is some good experience we're about to grab here. Do you have a cheaper hit all than Starstorm? You don't. Dang it, Pooh. If only you had fire instead of thunder. just like playing as Ness in Smash, where you just want PK Fire and nothing else matters. Actually, I don't know if that remains true, but it definitely means that Ness is pretty predictable in old Smash Ultimate. That back throw is damn strong, though, gotta say. So let's deal with the Conducting Spirit first. If you're forced to play Ness, you simply play a different game. You know, fair enough. That is quite reasonable. Oh, that's nice. Good level up there, Pooh. That is like all the stats you could possibly want. Hey, that'll be free experience. I'm not sure how that counted as a back attack there, but okay, game. If you feel like giving it to me, I will take it. And I will be happy about it, that's for sure. Oh, nice. Level 71. Yeah, you can see that your level can really get up there from not too much effort, really. Okay, so this should probably get a little more work done than using the Hungry HP Sucker, which, honestly, that's a very silly thing to do. There we go. Nice and simple. A little more experience. Sadly, we ended up using that Rockin' Beta, which I probably could have just had as guard there, but that's okay. We got the Rabbit's Foot. The Rabbit's Foot is a... yeah, equip on your body. It protects you from paralysis attacks. It increases your speed by a nice chunk. So we're going to fork that over to Jeff. Despite the fact that he would probably like to keep the Rain Pendant on, we are going to give him the Rabbit's Foot, and it's going to eat into his defense a little bit, we can see. He's going down by another 12 points there. But because speed determines accuracy, that is very important for him to be able to land attacks with the multi-bottle rocket effectively. And that is going to prove very effective here against the Electro Spectre. As we use our last multi-bottle rocket. Yeah, there we go, 2250. It's not quite a kill, but we did a decent chunk of damage there. Nice. Hey, there we go. Pooh doing work once again. What a champion of doing work, apparently. That got away from me very quickly. Oh, yeah, you don't want to mess with this anymore, do you, buddy? Or are you just drunk? The Fobbies have no sense of direction, apparently. Well, down the hole we go. And here we get to see one of the cooler sanctuary locations. Once we get over to the part where it actually starts working, we'll be right here. We got our heal. Watch this. It's like some kind of display at a sports game or something. I'm Ness. It's been a long road getting here. Soon I'll be. Soon I'll be. Soon I'll be. What will happen to us? What's happening? My thoughts are being written out. on the wall. Or are they? Or are your thoughts being guided by seeing the message, Ness? Who knows? Reality can get a little bit wibbly, I guess. We're almost finished with that melody, folks. One more to grab. And saw a vision of his father holding him. Soundstone recorded the melody of Lumen Hall. Occasionally called Lumen Hole, but I like to think that Lumen Hole is the dungeon that leads to Lumen Hall. However, it may just be an inconsistency with the script, and nobody bothered to correct it. The script does get a little bit less tidy as the game goes on. I guess less tidy is the best way for me to put it. Oh, look at this hole here. Alright, can we get this to go off? Also, yeah, I haven't even mentioned the obvious, which is the tiny little sprites. They are adorable looking. Let me go in the... No? I have to actually be there when it happens? I do not remember how to use those hot springs wells at all, the geysers. They can heal you, however. If it's blue, you heal your health. If it's red, you heal your status. It's a little bit janky, and oh goodness, that is a dinosaur. Well, that one Tenda wasn't lying. That is indeed a dinosaur in the Lost Underworld. But I do like the overall idea with this, the tiny little overworld sprites to give you a better sense of scale. And the tiny little present box looks adorable too. We got ourselves a brain food lunch. That is a very nice healing item to get, because we used a couple of those in the Starman base. In case of danger, evacuate here. And there we go, we got another eruption. Get in here and check on our tiny little tendas. Yeah, this is what I was saying before. Blue springs recover your health, red springs heal paralysis or draw out poison. So maybe not all status effects, but still. The bird right there says strange words like hello and click beep beep beep. Yep, this is another one of those birds from the deep darkness. I just like to imagine Ness picking up this whole bird and holding it in his hand, just like, hello. But we are no longer homesick, by the way, because we got healed. It's just a lyre bird. There you go. We are going to take a bit of a leisurely stroll around the area because there are a couple of items here to get, I believe. There is at the very least... Oh, we got the Wetnosaur here. There is at the very least the last piece of equipment for Pooh before we move on from this area. And we should probably get that. That sounds like something that would be very useful. Stomps with its huge foot. I think this dinosaur has like a couple of unusual moves. The Wetnosaurs are definitely a lot easier to fight than the big blue dude up there, which has a physical shield to start with, which reflects half of your physical damage back at you. It's not particularly nice. I'll just say that right now. That is unusually cruel, even for this game. Chubby obnoxious kid from... Oh, so Porky was here and said something rude, but you can heal that in the hot springs. Well, fair enough. Right, so we're going to... Well, we're gonna fuck that up, that's for sure. I was trying to hit something, but as you can tell, using that as a means of moving fast is not always ideal. If you can't stop yourself, well, you're gonna end up somewhere you don't want to be. I think I saw something over here. We're not too far from where we were just earlier, though, so... Is this the... No, it's a sea pendant. That's nice, though. That's a useful piece of gear. However, it's not what I was specifically looking for. And this is why every time we do this, we're going to select the Lost Underworld as our teleport target. So that way we don't end up somewhere where we have to try and consistently fuck up like 8 times in order to teleport out of. But here we go. This is the Chomposaur. This is the big nasty of the area. I think this is kind of the hardest enemy. Again, doesn't help with the aforementioned shield issue, so... Get a bit of this going here. 151 HP, so I think the Hungry HP Sucker, the effect is based on the target's max HP, so this thing is definitely pretty beefy. Also, it's got Fire Alpha. That's something I didn't even realize. Alright, I haven't shown off any of the flash abilities. We've seen them like once or twice throughout the game, but that's about it. Let's see if we get a turn here, if we can pop that off real quick. And you can... Your eyes can curse me forever. Or we'll just win the fight now. So yeah, that's not an enemy you want to get into a battle with very often. Although, I believe they have a pretty good item in their drop pool. So you may end up grinding off them if you want super high level gear. I could be wrong about that. I admit that I don't remember where a lot of the super high-end stuff is, except for the Sword of Kings, because... Well, the Sword of Kings is pretty damn infamous for that reason, for it being the only weapon that Pooh can equip. Also, yeah, we got a Horn of Life. If I haven't mentioned this before, and I may very well have, Horn of Life is basically the same item as the Cup of Life noodles, except that you can purchase it in more locations. I think the Cup of Life noodles is actually purchasable, but I could be wrong there. So let's get a bit of this going on here. Oh, I was waiting for that Chucklehead to have a reflecting Psy Shield to go along with the other one. And I was going to be so upset because I had forgotten. Nope, it's just a sack of HP, basically. Not actually any faster at all. Yes, please stay stuck on the trees. That's right. Do your best Dungeon Man impression. It certainly hits hard enough to do that. Inside your dinosaur cage. Well. So this will be the talking rock we need to talk to. I want to talk to the one who's further down. Yeah? It'll run you $400. We will pass for now. Spewing out of his cake hole. Wonderful. What a good phrase. Alright. Your friend Ago, right? Alright, so... what you got for sale? We got an ultimate bat, a holy fry pan, a shiny coin... Horn of Life, Mammoth Burger, Luxury Jerky, and bottles of deluxe water. Do we have anything to sell first? But yeah, for some reason, Jeff still has the Coin of Silence from a billion years ago. I never upgraded that, and I probably forgot to because I didn't remember which one that was. The equipment gets a little bit hard to pin down the name of very easily. How are you doing, by the way, Retro Fanatic? You can see it's a lot earlier than usual for me because I've been falling asleep very... my sleep has just been all kinds of weird lately, so... Yeah, this is probably an easier... Oh, well, that sucks. Paula can get the Holy Fry Pan. And lastly, Jeff can get himself a shiny coin. And that will replace that Coin of Silence. And yeah, nice defense boost there. One last thing. Am I sure there's nothing I need to sell here? I'm gonna hang on to that sea pendant for a bit. Because I don't know if anybody really is gonna put that to use. Did I hunt down the Chomposaurs here? No, I've done a fight with them, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna grind out all of the equipment other than the Sword of Kings, which you can see that I have that. I don't have I'm missing the last one. So, like, from here on, it's if we get it, we get it, but that'll be about it. Yeah, so these are just the same Tenda. If they're particularly beautiful women, I don't know. They're Tenda. That's not my area. Worldwide Tenda. In exchange student who traveled to a country that is known as an economic superpower. Name is Ego Sticky. So this is another weird translation thing where I think the idea was lost a little bit. Funny that it happens in the Lost Underworld. Either that or the localizers were just getting really tired of this. So in Japan, this Tenda's name is Eigo Suteki, which is basically Japanese for I love the English language. So, yeah, they didn't really do a whole lot of anything interesting with that, unfortunately. And that guy acts very much like the ATM in the Deep Darkness, which I forget if we saw that or not, in that if you try to borrow money from him, you get the same surcharge of you have to pay what you ask for. And so, basically, it's a functionally useless thing. Let's talk to this rock. Tell us something very important. You may want to take notes. Oh, there's a lot of information coming out here. Granted, it's information that we already knew, but you may not if you're playing this game up to this point. It's the destiny of the whole universe, in which all of you blame each other. Not necessarily 200. Now, do you remember Giant Step in Winnet? That is one of your sanctuary. It is a spot which gives you power and allows you to realize all your skills. It was a monster that protected it. The monster was influenced by the power of the place. You must have beaten those monsters. You must reach all of the 8 power spots in the world. When the Soundstone records the melody of all 8 power spots, you can finally see your world. Yeah, this was sort of obliquely explained to us by BuzzBuzz at the beginning of the game. And now, this dude is going to give us a whole list of these power spots. 1 is Giant Step, which we've already done. 2 is Lilliput Steps in Peaceful Rest Valley near Tucson, which we've already done as well. but you don't have to by this point. Number 3 is Milky Well in Grapefruit Falls in Saturn Valley. Again, don't have to do this yet, but we did that pretty early on. 4, Rainy Circle found by Jeff in Winters. This one you do have to do. Very strange, but it is the first sanctuary after Giant Step that you are required to do, and you have to do it in the in-between of getting to Summers. Number 5, Magnet Hill at the edge of the city in Forside. Again, we don't have to do that, but you get a call about it when you leave the museum in Summers, and that will kick it off and tell you a little bit about it. Of course, the side quest at that point. 6, Pink Cloud, which Pooh knows. Again, don't have to do it. This is one of the very few where the order is forced on you in that you have to do this after Magnet Hill, and you cannot do it before because you need the carrot key from the end of Magnet Hill. And 7, Lumen Hole, which we were just told was Lumen Hall by the site itself. Again, little bit of jank there in the copy editing. I don't know what the deal is, but it is what it is. The Shining Lichen lives in the cave. We had to do that in order to get here. Number 8, a new place is now going to be opened up to you. Fire Spring, located southwest of here. Listen to the melodies at all 8 of the power spots. If you do not fail, you may upset Geekus' plans yet. Time will come, the time when the destiny of you and the whole universe will overlap. It is fast approaching. It sure is. We have 7 out of 8 of the badges that we need in order to go fight the Elite Four. Actually, that's about our current status in the Pokemon randomizer too, I believe. All right, that's a nice little jolt over here. We don't have an item up here, I don't think, which, you know, real great that I just spent all that. Yeah, there's nothing over there. I don't remember 100% where the I forget which of the items it is that we're still missing. We have the diadem, we have the bracer, I believe we got in the 6th dungeon. Also over here, that's weird. We'll check it out later when we're on the other side of things. Well, I mean, that is a thing that might be out here, but I'm looking for the last piece of Pooh's armor. The last set of the king set. That I don't 100% remember what it is. I think we bought the Holy Fry Pan at the store. If that's in a chest hanging out in here, that'll be real stupid. And we get one of these again. Well, you know what? Let's do things a little bit silly here, just cause really. All right, neutralizer. That might be a bit of a waste because I don't think that if Nest drops Flash before Jeff, never mind. Yeah, it has a physical shield which has a reflect thing, and dear God, your eyes. But yeah, that was an instant kill. Flash can be absurdly strong because it has a wide variety of effects. It can, as you saw, it can insta-kill, it can blind enemies, it can confuse them, and I believe it can paralyze them as well. That was a powerful bit of RNG. And I was expecting to continue going in a diagonal there. Whoops. Oh, hi, Ego Orb. Actually, this I gotta show off, because this enemy is something else. This is a really freaky thing here. The Ego Orb just... What a strange creature. However, yes, it is the weakest thing out here. It's also the rarest. But I figured I may as well show it off while it's here because that thing is so weird in the way it just undulates towards you. Ah yes, the Cloak of Kings, that's right. That's what it was called. I almost called it the Shirt of Kings because I couldn't actually remember what it was called. Just call it something silly that's almost there, and you'll get it eventually. Another 20 defense for Pooh, and that is great, great news. Pooh is now fully kitted out with all of his equipment, and that definitely means he's got all of his best equipment. He is in a good place. Alright, we got another bone bird over here. Hey, you. Now you can't get out. Yeah? It's safe right now. Alright, so let's call Dad. We get a crap load of money. I wish my dad had that kind of money that he could just hand out to me at a moment's notice. Just outside of Fire Spring. Yeah, there's... That healing spring is right over there. So that is something to keep in mind if we were to ever go after that. But again, I think we're probably in okay shape. At the very least, this game is not quite so cruel that you are completely required to get the best equipment. The game ends at a fairly high... You get to a fairly high level for an RPG, I feel like. It's certainly not like Persona 4 or anything where you're in the upper 90s by the final boss, but you get to the 80s without too much difficulty. And we have here the Psychic Psycho and its rarer counterpart, the Major Psychic Psycho. I want to say that the Major Psychic Psycho can do something really nasty to you, so I'm going to try and kill it first. I don't 100% remember. I might be thinking of more the relationship between the manly fish from the deep darkness and the manly fish's brother, which the manly fish's brother can revive other enemies in the fight, which is just all kinds of mean. We didn't get to see it because I didn't stream it because it took like hours, but I actually learned that the Starman Supers have a pretty high level healing spell. In fact, it might be healing Omega, and that allows them to revive other enemies in the fight. That is something that I didn't know until now, or perhaps I did and I forgot it. And that is kind of completely disgusting. Like, enemies that can heal other enemies are already not really taken that well, but an enemy that can revive something in that fight is even more nasty. Yeesh. Alright, here we get the Soul-Consuming Flame. This... I think it's this enemy that has a speed stat so high that its speed rolls over to be unbelievably low. Like, it's not signed integers or anything, but you can see for a start it didn't get a turn in, and second of all, just the fact that it is like that is very odd. There's... Yeah, I feel like they appear very readily there. Or possibly in one of the other rooms. They have the star pendant, don't they? The star pendant, which is a weird item that I can't remember how it stands up to... Well, first of all, to any of the other pendants. Because I know that the Earth Pendant, which we'll be seeing in a bit, has really good defense, but it also has only balanced... The Earth Pendant has, like, only 50% chance of resisting some things, whereas a lot of the other pendants are 100% chance, which is very important for flash resistance, which is if you're only getting 50% flash resistance, well, you're gonna get screwed by RNG at some point, that's for sure. However, that said, I probably will end up picking up an Earth Pendant for just pure raw stats for Ness. We'll see what happens when we get there. That is going to be happening after this dungeon, that's for sure. Yeah, these soul-consuming flames are nothing to worry about. And they are a decent chunk of experience apiece, so hey, if the game wants to keep throwing those at me, that's fine. Kind of hilarious for them to get the boss music, though. When they are, by a wide margin, the easiest thing in here, although kind of the creepiest looking, I feel like. Cherub's Band. So, unsurprisingly, we're going to give that to Ness, and then we're going to check everybody else's defense real quick. And I think Jeff is going to be getting the other band. Adds 30 defense, provides high resistance against fire and freeze, provides an immunity towards paralysis and flash. Yeah, that is a pretty good piece of equipment, if you should happen to come across one. On the other hand, grinding that out, well... Granted, saying that, I probably could do another off-stream thing with those after I beat this area. Oh look, this fight is even freer than usual. Although, of course, that would depend very much on whether or not... Because, let's see, it's about 2 o'clock. And I'm probably going to go to about 4, because, again, 3-hour sessions and all that. And I don't think we're going to be able to get through the entire game in that period of time. So I could probably do that as a thing that's off camera, because, again, who wants to be subjected to all of that on the live stream? There's some stuff. I don't do a lot of like grinding streams for reasons that I hope are kind of understandable when I say stuff like that. Oh. Yeah, the evil elemental is an interesting enemy in terms of design, just for all the transparency involved there. Also, another random enemy that has the Kraken theme. Ooh, what is our health looking like, everybody? Should we do... Yeah, let's do a quick Life Up Omega. Because we will get most of that refunded from this butterfly. Hey, another free fight. Show me how to beat Trader Lord at some point. Yeah, that would probably be a useful thing for me to get a look at somewhere down the line. Oh, hey, wow, that's actually picking up. Trader Lord is a boss in Hollow Knight, I believe. That's one of the, like, second versions of one of the main story bosses, right? Or am I confusing that with another? Because there's a lot of bosses in Hollow Knight. It is a fairly expansive game. Hey, brother. Yeah, that's right. From the Mantis siblings. Also, 2 crits in a row. Good work, everybody. No insta-kill? Yeah, it's still a consuming flame. Of course not. Hey! So we can get to that present by going through here, right? Yeah, this is just a pretty simple setup. Psychic Psycho, Major, and Soul. Okay. So let's actually give the Soul Consuming Flame a chance to show us what it's got. Unless it somehow gets completely... Oh, goodness. Unless it somehow gets completely obliterated by this heavy bazooka. Which is not quite going to happen, because it's not that weak, but... Oh, you're just going to edge closer. The Soul-Consuming Flame has a Fire Breath attack that I believe is one of the very high-level fire psychic moves, just alias to, like, oh, it shot a spray of fire or something. So, that thing can fuck you up, but on the other hand, it is too fragile and too slow to usually get a chance. Moonbeam Gun. That sounds like a pretty good thing. Let's give that to our buddy Jeff. That's only plus 12 offense, but that's okay. Nice, you know, free buffs, whatever. I'll take free equipment. So, hey, can you target correctly, please? There we go. Dang it, Ness. Yeah, here we go, the spray of fire. And you can see that that is doing a lot of damage. And that follow-up is gonna hurt. This coconut gun can fire in spurts and all that. If Jeff shoots it, it's gonna hurt. Hey, we managed to just barely save Jeff's bacon. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, okay, it's not particularly great either, but you got the job done there. And I thought I saw the targeting window start to pop up for a second there. That is weird. I like this battle background, by the way. This is a pretty good one. I mean, all of them are really good, but this one, I don't know, this one's just particularly neat. Maybe because it's so understated in terms of color compared to the others. Hey, look at all this free experience the game is coughing up here. Honestly, I could probably have just gone off the rope at this point, but hey, why not? Nice glitch there, game. Thank you very much. Right, the evil elemental hasn't had a chance to do anything and probably once again will not. I believe what they can do... I believe their main thing is that they can possess you, kind of like the zombie possessors did, and they give you the tiny ghosts that just kind of irritates you a little bit once in a while. I could be wrong about that. It's been quite a while since I've ever let them have a chance to do anything to me. Yay! Alright. We are in pretty good condition right now, I believe. Yeah, everyone's HP is maxed out. Nobody has max psychic points, but I think we'll be okay. Actually, how low are yours, Boo? You're within range to... Well, no, never mind. I was gonna say you're within range to use a bottle of water. Nah, we're good. Here we are, the 8th Your Sanctuary location, but it's mine now. Take it from me if you dare. Let's have a look at Carbon Dog. So, you're gonna notice something in just a second after we start assigning our moves. Go to Jeff's items. You'll notice I'm missing something. That something being a multi-bottle rocket. Because doing that is not a good idea. And you will probably see why at the end of this turn. Because we're going to be hitting this fella for a lot of damage. Or not. I guess Ness just has to do the thing once again. Oh wow, this is a lot tankier than I remember. Here we go. This is a 2-phase boss. And as a trap in the second phase, Diamond Dog comes in with a reflector shield. And if you are not ready for this, when you throw a multi-bottle rocket at Carbon Dog, it'll die in one turn, and then Jeff will take like 1,200 damage back. And you will get punked by this, and you will have to deal with it in some manner or another. You know, either heal it or just damage race or whichever seems appropriate to you. So, yeah, I wanted that to be a thing that got showed off a little bit. Diamond Dog does not have a psi shield, though. That, at least, is fairly nice. And there goes up the power shield once again. Right, pull out the neutralizer. And just keep at it. Keep hammering this dog with all of our best things here. Which means it would probably be worth our while to break out. Can you cut that out, buddy? Yeah, let's pull out a Rocket Gamma. We are just going to spend as much of our resources here as we need, because obviously we get a heal after this, and of course once we finish the 8 Melodies of the Sound Stone, we will be going to Magicant, so that heal is only halfway important, basically. We even do a... No, we have to go down to a beta. Ooh. We're actually that low on PP for Paula. Wow. Wow. And there we go. That is the 8th Your Sanctuary Guardian down. And Ness gained a level on the way out. Nice. Jeff is now level 69. Once again, nice. Everybody with me. Or not. We gotta take a bit of a walk to get to this last Your Sanctuary, which I guess adds a little bit to proceedings. Let's take a quick look at our inventory. So I've mentioned already that we are in for a bit of a ride, to say the least, because we are headed to Magicant. I'm going to hold on to the Casey bat. I don't think you can sell it, but I may just put it in storage for that purpose. Bag of Dragonite. Who else has bags of Dragonite? Ness, take the bag of Dragonite. Give that to Paula. think someone else in here has a Dragonite. Granted, saying that, I know how JRPG RNG works. It's probably going to be only a bag of Dragonair at best. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I told that joke in somebody else's stream. I'm surprised he didn't tell me to go fuck myself, so... Ness had a feeling that he was being watched by himself as a baby. Yes, if you do... In case you remember from many streams ago, that was the thing. Where Ness saw a vision of himself as a baby, and then now it's coming full circle. Oh, look at the cute puppy. Ness 3. Yep. Ness is a baby. I'm sure the dog is fine. I don't think he needs to be rich or famous, but I want him to be a thoughtful, strong boy. Yeah, a lot of this is being called back to from various of the Your Sanctuary scenes. So that's neat. That they do sort of recreate this early scene from earlier in your life. Well, early in Ness's life, rather. From early on in the game. And hey, here we are in our pajamas. And of course, as we all know by now, yes, Ness was naked in Magicant in the Japanese version. Obviously, that was changed when they imported the game over in the States and later in other English-speaking territories. Because in Japan, that nudity is a symbol of innocence. That does not transfer very well over across the cultural barriers. And here's our buddy, the Star Master. These we created Magicant, the realm of your mind. Magicant, there's beauty, kindness, sorrow, and hatred. Of course, there's an evil and violent side of you. The Sea of Eden sits at the center of those feelings. It takes you to the truth about yourself. And the colors changed. Hey, Everdread, what you doing over here? Eh? Well, how about that? And he's gone. Hey, look at the bunny. Now we'll see how it goes. Oh, that's a difficult color scheme. Come on in to Magicant. Hey, you. That was a quiet, small town, wasn't it? Well, it's still not particularly large. I mean, we've seen Foresight at this point. Hey, it's a dog. Yeah, that is actually kind of true. Traveling on our adventure. It's been a while. Make some steak for us. And... Alright, so... That was sudden. Also, yeah, Tracy functions as the Escargot Express here for some reason. I don't 100% know why, but okay, so we can store things inside of our mind. If only we could recall them a little more easily, but what can you do, I suppose? Alright, do you have anything in here in the way of a bag of Dragonite, perhaps? No. Go in here. And it's a shop, as you can tell. And also, there's a magic butterfly for some reason. Why not? Hey, weird demon fella. Specializes in puddings and pendants. That's very specific. Very specific. And here we go, the Earth Pendant. Yeah, let's go ahead. We gain 1 defense out of that. Buy our Night Pendant for 1,500. Sure, why not? That's probably a bit of a foolish move, but we'll be able to buy Night Pendants later, I believe. Yes, there is more game after this, believe it or not. And here we got a phone. And this weird-looking radio thing here is, in fact, our ATM. This had the letter CD written on it in Japan for cash dispenser, but of course that is not what they're called in English, so... Well, alright. Tiny little baby chick telling us a thing like that. Yeah, I think we've learned to understand that at some point. We got these strange little flowies here. Hanging out. Ness, your mind is a strange place. Hey, zombie. Well... Okay, you go ahead and not forget that, I guess. Hey, Belch, what are you doing here? Weird things to be filling up this much of Ness's mind, really. Also, this funky-looking snowman. No problem here. Did you see this thing? No problem, buddy. I mean, I guess that kind of looks like us when we were younger, but in a different color. Hey, it's Magicant. Nice sign. Nice, bunny. I'd like you to take your time because this country will disappear when we wake up. Yeah, we already know about that. Yeah. Hey, monkey. Nothing big to say to us. Fresh. She's supposed to be saying she's supposed to be calling us a pervert because, of course, you know, the reasons we already know about. Pokey's being Pokey just as usual. Nico, whose name was added for the localization as a favor to one of the people who was translating, whose child was born around that time, and the child was named Nico. You got anything, Snowman? Do you? Okay. I don't know what else to say here. Dream you'll have here is a dream within a dream. Oh, that's 2 places where we can stay, like right here in the middle of town. That is very unusual. Can we watch the TV? No. It's painted on just like everything else here. I feel like I'm in that weird animated sequence in 200 Motels. It would be really strange if anybody got that one. Is a thing for me to throw out there. Ah, Frank Zappa, you were a strange person. And I cannot believe how much Frank Zappa, how many Frank Zappa recordings are still unreleased to this day. Hey, Porky, what are you doing here? Oh, he's being a sniffling little bastard as usual. Oh, hey, manly fish. You wanna go another round or two? You wanna have some funky grammar? Got a tombstone here with a cross on it. That's kind of shocking. I'll move aside in a second. Buzz's tombstone. He appeared earlier in the game and gave up the ghost before he achieved his goal. It's true. Yeah. Crosses, as you probably understand at this point, are very rare in any sort of Nintendo game of this era. Any sort of religious symbol. And check these fellas out. Look at that huge beak. The Flying Man. We got ourselves an ally for a little bit. Again, a temporary ally, sort of like the dog and all of that, except really strong. Also a nice sign that says Flying Man. You got nothing going on. Well, that's okay. Get a little bit of this music as we make our way out of town. Hey, you. Sea of Eden is filled with ultimate intelligence. You can't go there unless you're truly ready. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, but I don't think you were here yet for that, Starwind, so... Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't think Starwind was here yet, so... Can't do anything about that. And once again, we've got enemies in these gift boxes, and are you serious? Does that actually count as getting attacked from behind? And, oh, buddy. Oh, that is horrible. Ew, I don't want to deal with this. Get me out of here. 2? Okay, I didn't want... 3! 3, God, these things are just the worst. The Flying Man isn't going to get out of this alive almost. I don't want to fight the... Nice 1 damage. Good work. Yeah, see, the Flying Man died in the first fight because we got back attacked from the side. This game is incredibly cruel sometimes. Which I've definitely said before, but wow. Also, the Carefree Bomb is like the worst enemy that shows up here. Yeah, you found the old baseball cap from the beginning of the game. What a silly thing to hand over, but alright, buddy. Let's check out the present. There's a bag of Dragonite. That'll do. 3 of them should hopefully be enough to take out the boss that's at the end of this area, and... Actually, we're gonna dump the baseball cap, because, again, there's no difference between that and the one we already have. I guess we're going this alone the rest of the way. The Electro Swoosh does have the decency to only attack every other turn, by the way. Or, well, it takes a turn to wind up, rather, I guess. I thought it was literally every other turn, but apparently not. It will always do that Send a Greeting effect the first turn, and that's just like all of the other enemy skips a turn things that have different names. You're an enemy, yeah. Thought so. Seemed like an odd positioning for not an enemy, basically. Alright. Don't give me garbage. Well, Electro Swoosh. That's fine. Yeah, see, this is the thing. This is more along the lines of what you would like to get in terms of rolls from the loaded dice, which can pop out some pretty interesting enemies, I guess. We've seen We've seen 2 enemies from here already. We've seen the Electro Swoosh, we've seen the Carefree Bomb. I know that they can also drop uncontrollable spheres, which are in the, oh, rude. Uncontrollable spheres are in Lumen Hall. We didn't fight those, but they're kind of like the other... Did we fight the Smiling Sphere in the desert? Much like enemies like the Atomic Power Robot, they explode after they die. So they can be quite painful, but... Again, usually a fight that you can manipulate decently enough in terms of kill order. And see, as long as you just stick to regular bombs, this might not be so bad. Yeah, we're not even taking 100 damage a hit, which at least is... That's decent. Ow! Fuck you, buddy. Get out of here. Really not a fan of those enemies, as you can tell. Hooray, we got a decent chunk of stuff there. And since we're at such a high level, we gained Psy-Rockin' Omega. Not through the event at the end of Magicant, but through sheer levels. That is very unusual. Which means I got some absolutely garbage RNG when I was searching for that Sword of Kings. Yeah! That's what you get, buddy. The Electro Swoosh is pretty useless of an enemy, isn't it? I think that that's literally all it has is Thunder Beta and skip a turn. And I think... Does the French Kiss of Death do anything other than poison us? I don't think it does. So all I can say is talk about a weird difficulty curve. That's an actual present. There we go, the Magicant Bat. That is nice. Let's go ahead and remember that you have to use the equip menu to equip items. Hey, bonus 12 offense. That is not to be sneezed at. Ultimate Bat, get the fuck out of here. Just throw it right at the ground, watch it bounce off of the floor. Right? Alright, French Kiss of Death. Electro Swoosh. Yeah, there's a couple... There's actually 2 better weapons than that, because there's the Gutsy Bat, which... Again, oh, the Gutsy Bat is at basically as deep into the game as possible, pretty much. And so is there nothing else past that? Yeah, the Gutsy Bat, we can't... I would just like to point this out, that the official player's guide... Oh, ouch, I didn't know you had an actual attack. The official player's guide was wrong about the Gutsy Bat. Because it said, and this one is pretty famous, so I actually do know this. It said that you could get the Gutsy Bat from the Kraken. That is not correct. We can get it from an enemy that uses the same sprite as the Kraken that we will find at, well, the very end of the game, really. Let's just try and walk away from this fight, because I don't want to deal with it. Yeah. The Bionic Kraken in the Cave of the Past. Took me a second to remember what it was called. But not from the regular Kraken. Which is just as well, because you can't fight a whole lot of those in this game. Right, can you just let me leave, please? I'd like to not deal with this... Yeah, it's like right in front of the final boss. So, by the way, yeah, I just want to point this out real quick. Psy-Rockin' Omega is not something we're going to be using very much. You know what? Let's show it off once, because I'm pretty sure, didn't we get a Psy-Caramel just a moment ago? You may as well at least get to see as much of this game as possible, right? If this fight is going to sit here and it's going to make us drag our feet like this, Yeah, see, we got a caramel. We're good. At significant risk to our chances of getting through here unscathed, let's use Psi Table Flip Omega, basically. And that damage is pretty impressive. You are correct. But it's going to be outdone, I believe, by Starstorm Omega once we get that, and that's going to be a lot cheaper. Hey, Mr. Molecule, this... Yeah, they start out silenced, and they are very weak. So, pretty much this area is a bunch of really easy enemies, except for the Carefree Bomb, who is just the worst fucking thing ever, especially since your Flying Man is just a magnet for pain, so don't rely on those at all. Yeah, see, here we go. 2 of these fuckers. I'm not dealing with this. I am not a fan. Because they are just full of these bombs. Oh boy, I was waiting for the screw job to come in there. Get a little bit of recovery going. Okay. One at a time. Right, well, a single Carefree Bomb, I don't really like that very much, but I'll take it because it's a single. And we only took about 50 damage. That was a very high rolling bomb, but didn't turn out to be so bad in the end. And this fight is pretty much free. Yeah, that's not gonna work, buddy. Get out of here. Maybe they, like, unsilence when they get hit. It could be a DPS check or something, but overall it just seems to be a little bit on the very easy side of things. Let's try and get away from this fight. Alright, stick to... If you could roll for less than 100 for those regular bombs would be great too. Oh, ouch. Oh yeah, sure, now you're gonna roll less than 100. Jeez, they do not like me today. Drop another life up beta. We shouldn't need a ton of psychic points for this last area, so I'm fine with spending a little bit here. Hey, I think that was a single Mr. Molecule. Anyway, does this structure look a little bit familiar? You might have seen that in that weird little dead-end cave that we saw down in the Lost Underworld. Examine that, and we get teleported into some neck-deep water. I guess this is the Sea of Eden that was meant... Oh, buddy. Well, get a load of you. There are 4 of these Krakens hanging out in this water. And while it is not technically necessary to fight any of them, it is often very hard to avoid them. Alright, keep failing, please. Ouch! Only 100, that's not so bad. But you can definitely see that the Kraken is now significantly less of a worry than it was earlier in the game. What's our current status looking like experience-wise? So I think we're gonna level up before we fight the boss of this area, which, of course, the boss of this area is not the Kraken. That would be silly. Ow. Yeah, we're gonna be bleeding HP for a little bit here. We are just gonna keep getting hammered, especially if we miss. That's not so good. Fuck. Yeah, we're not immune to flash anymore. Can you please die? Can you, like, actually take a hit, damn it? Felt a little strange. Fuck. Run. I can't run from the damn Kraken. I'm an idiot. Alright, so we're gonna have to use the big one here. And I don't want to use one of these bags of Dragonite until we fight The boss of the area. That's what I'm going to use them on. I'm going to try and nuke it out so that way I don't have to do an actual battle there, basically. Pale green light, that's fine. Flash beta. Yes, please continue to not work. And this is a good reason why you should probably be keeping that night pendant, is because while this can't one-shot you, thank goodness, at least I don't think flash beta can kill, it is still annoying to deal with. Alright, so here we are. There's one more Kraken in this ocean, but we are not going to fight that, I don't think. What's our... Yeah, I think I've changed my mind. I am going to go fight that thing. If I know where it is, which I think it's down. They all kind of spawn in, like, fairly set locations. Further up, maybe? Alright, where are you at? You. It's around here somewhere. I know it is. Maybe I was wrong. So we only fought 3 Krakens, right? Or am I going crazy and I just completely forgot to count one of them? I mean, that's always an option, is that I could just not have it all together mentally right now. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to come over here. And we're going to find the Mani Mani statue again for some reason. Oh yeah? We'll see about that, buddy. Ness's Nightmare. So again, as I mentioned before, we're going to try and avoid the entirety of this fight by just using bags of Dragonite. And you use a bag of Dragonite and you nuke for a ton of damage. Now, all this thing can do is cast Psi abilities. And that is basically any of the Psi abilities that Ness can have, and that is a real dampener for this whole thing. And that includes, yes, this may be the first time that you ever hear that noise for Rockin' Omega. I think we got a moment here to push. Yes! We managed to get away without healing. I thought that we were going to have some difficulty after I saw that it life-upped after one of the bags of Dragonite. That would have made me very upset. But hey, fairly easy fight if you come in prepared. If not, it can be one hell of a grind, and you would want a lot more PP than I do. Gigas' goal is to destroy you. Listen carefully. Everything in the universe could be destroyed at the hands of Gigas. Gigas doesn't exactly have hands, but okay. But he and his followers are also in trouble. The Apple of Enlightenment has foretold that Gigas' attempt will fail. It is because of the existence of a boy named Ness. That's me. Listen. Free your mind and know what you must do. Your destiny has already been decided. You, I, where should we go? You know, deep within the reaches of your mind. Saturn Valley, apparently. Go to the valley where the Mr. Saturn live. Yeah, we already know where Saturn Valley is. Get something new there, huh? Soon Magicant will be no more, indeed. Go to Saturn Valley now. Well, we need a moment here to get a little bit of this going on here. Build with the power of Giant Step. 5 speed, 5 vitality. We're going to be getting a lot of free stats here. Power of the Lilliput Steps. Guts by 5, Luck by 5. Power of the Milky Well. 5 speed, 5 IQ. Power of Magnet Hill. 5 vitality, 5 luck. Power of the Rainy Circle. 5 guts, 5 IQ. Power of the Pink Cloud. 5 speed, 5 guts. Power of the Lumen Hole. 5 luck, 5 IQ. And the power of the Fire Spring. 5 speed and 5 luck. Why was Magnet Hill in position 4 when it's Sanctuary number 5? That was just weird. Instantly, Ness's mind cleared, and he realized that he had possessed great power. At that moment, Ness's psychic powers radically expanded, and we gain 200,000 experience. Level 79. We gain 2 offense, 1 defense, 1 guts, 1 IQ, 150 max HP because we gained all that vitality, and 357 maximum PP. And finally, he realized he had the power of Teleport Beta. That is great. Well, we got a bunch of other of those stat points from the sanctuaries, but they weren't folded into the level up. That only told us the stats that we gained from the level up. So yeah, we did get a ton of guts, but most of it was not from the level itself. Oh, and avert your eyes if you are sensitive to flashing images, because, yeah, this is going to get very fast and it's going to hurt your eyes. Yeah, games in the 90s were not exactly very kind to people with photosensitive issues, to say the least. Yes, we need to teleport. Unfortunately, we can't into this dungeon. Or we can just break the rules of the game and be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna teleport from this room over to Saturn Valley for free. And we're gonna get an interruption from our dad. Nah, we're fine. Yeah, fate of the world, all that. I get it, kid. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and let's do a quick little save here. And we walk back outside. Let's take a quick look at Ness's stats real quick, by the way. Well, you can see that we're not fully healed for some reason. And yeah, we've got 765 max HP. It's pretty good. And 560 psychic points. That amount of PP is pretty crucial, because while Ness is mostly going to continue to be a physical fighter, he is definitely going to want to have all of that psychic points so that way he can heal on the regular. Yeah, the guts is not really that great. Our rolls there have been pretty garbo. We didn't have a particularly great run of certain stats and levels. The prototype phase distorter has been stolen. Someone resembling a pig wearing clothes took Mr. Saturn captive and stole the device. So what is this thing? Well, whatever it is, it didn't work, and we got burnt pretty badly. That material cannot normally be found on Earth. Oh boy, we're going to space. The material you're thinking of came from a meteorite that fell when you were much younger. You seen a meteorite anywhere? Ooh. Well, that worked out pretty nicely. What a coincidence. Just a piece of the meteorite, you can synthesize a material called zexonite. Alright, so we will have to defend ourselves pretty heartily in order to deal with that, I guess. And the Mr. Saturns, as he explained, have got some new stuff in stock. It's mostly pendants. Oh, that's the room with the garbage cans. I believe the shop Saturn is up this way. In this little house here. Alright. What do you got, Chief? Oh, you're the one who has the Horn of Life. We have stuff to sell. Well, unless his inventory is suddenly a lot more spare looking. That's a little strange. Sea pendant. Sell that diamond band. Get ourselves almost 5 grand. Sell. Can we sell the baddest beam? I don't think we can. Oh, can buy. Yes, indeed. Anybody else got anything to cough up? No. Alright, so we're good there. You also have stuff for sale, correct, buddy? Alright. Ionic Slingshot. Yeah, this is the wrong shop. This is not the one I was thinking of. Yeah, so we got that stuff already. This will be the one. This will be the buddy who has the stuff that we're looking for here. A flame pendant. Yeah, see, all of these are better options for Jeff in terms of defense, but they will eat into his speed. So we're going to keep what we've got for now. I think. Yeah, so that should be fine. Let's start moving people's inventories around. Baddest beam has to go away. Give this over to... We'll hand that to Paula. You can hold that for now. And then I'm going to call S-Cargo Express to pick up the baddest beam and probably also the defense shower, because we're very unlikely to use that. And then we're going to stock up on multi-bottle rockets, and then we're going to go to the place. Sword of Kings, I'm not going for the broken antenna and the goddess ribbon. Sorry, that is a little bit too much grinding. Or if I do, I will be doing it off stream. But hello there, Dean Keys. Die Yankees die. There we go. I got it. It took me a second. Like, what is that? Oh, okay. Let me parse that name out correctly. Die Yankees die. Hello. Someone very much not a fan of the New York baseball team. Fair enough, though. Alright, so we don't really need the baddest beam. We've already said that. Defense shower. I don't think there's anything else to send away. I'm not going to be using the defense shower that much. I probably should, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, yeah, I think we're good there. Send those two off, and away you go, buddy. So now we go back here. I should have grabbed the money earlier. That is definitely... If somebody's thinking that, you're not wrong. Should have grabbed that money earlier. Yep. Go withdraw some cash from our ATM here. Grab... That 30k should be more than enough. Should be. Oh, hi, Mad Duck. seen a surprising amount of those in this series of streams here. Got a bit of Jaeger. Well, I'm not a drinker, but sounds good. Deep Darkness. Here is where we're gonna go, because this is where we know that there is a gun salesman who can give us some multi-bottle rockets. And you know what? We may as well get a decent chunk of those, right? I do not drink. That is correct. Oh. My friend here is sinking all the way into the water. Well, you're gonna be that guy, aren't you? I mean, yeah, I drink fluids. I do not drink alcohol. Smart ass. I think I'm gonna grab a couple extra bottle rockets just to have those as emergency outs for any other big fights against single targets that I might get into, because goodness knows there's enough nasty shit in the rest of the game that I will want those. Yeah, I'm gonna need at least one or two for Porky, then some for Gigas Phase 1. Or I suppose it might be Gigas Phase 2, technically, because, well... It's the first phase where you can actually do damage to Gigas, we may as well call it Gigas Phase 1. That should be more than enough rockets for the rest of the game. And let's go ahead and teleport to Winnette. As Ness isn't quite sure what depth to be standing in. And here we are in nighttime Winnette, and you can tell we've got the creepy music going. Yeah, this is definitely going to be quite the danger zone. Beneath you. I mean, it's a good way to speed through that part of the fight, because... admittedly, there is not a huge amount of strategy at that point. So here we go. We've got our Ghost of Starman. This is our first enemy for the area. I believe Ghost of Starman has a reflective psychic shield. Oh shit, Ness is not fully healed. And this is the part about the Ghost of Starman that sucks an egg. Is him dropping Star Storm on you. I believe you're right about that. I think the Ghost of Starman has a really good drop, which, you know, sure, let's just put all the gross drops behind the hard enemies. Okay, Ghost of Starman has the Goddess Ribbon. Gotcha. So, since we're going to be finishing this area today, then the Goddess Ribbon is going to be locked off from us because... Wait, no, Ghost of Starman shows up at the beginning of Cave of the Past, I think. Oh, I was misaimed. Whoops. Then again, this happened anyway. Alright, so we're actually going to, we're gonna let Paula's HP tick out, I guess. And, oh, buddy, you don't have good enough healing, do you? Ugh. I'm a little stuck right now in terms of what do I do, because this really did turn to shit pretty fast. See, I was expecting to be able to kill the thing faster, but I guess that didn't happen, so, yeah. Omega, those will be on... Well, actually, wait a second. I just had this moment of realization that I think there's 2 Psy Shield Omegas. Okay, so for some reason we don't have Healing Omega yet. I guess that's probably like level 80 or something. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, so we walk in here. Is this music unique, or is this just one that I don't remember hearing before? Yeah, let's get a quick heal going. Because, yeah, that... I forgot to fully heal. Because I had already forgotten that Ness was not... Oh my god, really? Walk out. Oh, hey, here's 5 enemies. Okay. That's real great. I was hoping that thing would get stuck. Alright, Mechanical Octobot. Shields. That's right, Ness, you have power shields, so you're not in a great position to deal with this. Exist. Let's throw up Shield Omega. So I guess... Oops. That's a bit of a mistake. So that turned out to not be a very useful use of the Shield Omega there, but... Not for not trying. Also, I'm really feeling like our damage for this part of the game just sucks. Have I... Maybe I've just been having that bad level ups in general. Wow, Ness still getting the huge stat boost in terms of HP and psychic points there. That's pretty good. Hey, you were off screen. Come on. That's just mean. The Evil Eye, I believe, can do some really nasty shit to you. Alright, so, yeah, Brain Shock is the confusion spell, as you can now tell. I thought that it was the kill your concentration spell, but apparently I was very wrong. That'll just tell you how much I use Brain Shock. Speaking of which, I believe, from what I've been told, that Brain Shock is more effective against targets with higher IQ. So that's an interesting bit of trivia that... did something just freak out there? Hang on just a second. That was weird. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense and all. It's a very strange approach to anything like that in an RPG, though, that's for sure. What happened was, I think I hit one of the buttons on my controller, and it popped up like whatever the corresponding menu would be if it was an Xbox controller, because I am currently using DS4 Windows to tell my computer to let me use the DualShock 4 correctly, basically. So it just kind of freaked me out a little bit. It turned out to not be a huge issue. I fixed it pretty quickly. But yeah, this game is full of a lot of little stuff like that that's, you know, sort of unusual for an RPG in that it's not really a straightforward thing like, oh, hey, raising a certain stat makes you weaker against something? That's just weird. But I think that kind of thing is really cool, and the amount of flavor that goes into it is very good. Although I can understand why some people might be like, ugh, I don't like that as a thing. Oh, nice work there, Boo. Yeah, so I believe the Evil Eye's main thing is that it can diamondize you, maybe? With that glare attack that it tried to do that didn't work. I could be wrong about that, though, so don't, like, take that as any sense of gospel or anything. Yeah, on top of that, it's certainly not the only enemy that can use an insta-kill technique on you. We saw... Did we get diamondized by any of the mooks in any of those areas? I think we did once. And that's kind of ridiculous. But, you know, a lot of other RPGs, there's the petrification statuses and stuff. I'm thinking, now that I've mentioned that, doesn't that crop up incredibly early in FF1, for example? Of having, like, an instant death status being a thing at, like, the very beginning of the game, almost. Meanwhile, the Octobot, as you can tell, it can just try to rob us. We don't have a whole lot worth stealing. We've got a couple of... We got a couple of brain food lunches, but that's minor business. Is it? Because I know that there's... You can encounter the Cockatrice not too far into the game, and there's Astos, who busts out his instant death spells pretty early on, which, you know, that's similar. So yeah, there's a couple of things pretty early on that can definitely mess you up. In the early days, that sort of thing is very much, you know, a tried and true tradition as it is. So, like, by this point, yeah, see? It just hit us with the Diamond Eyes, and that is going to necessitate some heal Gamma to repair. First, we're going to walk a few steps forward, basically, to see if we can get anybody else on screen. Oh, by the way, since I didn't show it off, yeah, everybody is sealed in their home and not responding because of all of the killer robots that are out right now. And you know something? Fair enough. Let's go in here, start digging around inside of the meteorite, which is still glowing hot, apparently. There hasn't been much time going on, I guess. And we get ourselves a meteorite piece. I think down here we're going to be safe to be able to teleport Beta back to Saturn Valley. And at this point, we shouldn't have to go anywhere else. We are a step over to the side. You can tell that we're a little bit over to the side there. Unfortunately, we don't reset to our starting position, so this might be a little bit crusty for a moment. Not to be confused with anything from The Simpsons. There we go, just barely got out of there. There's enough space, I just had to position myself properly. Which I didn't at first. Alright, let's heal up. Alright, Dr. Andonuts, I have something for you. Meteorite piece. Most meteorites are made of, honestly, some pretty similar stuff to a lot of other, you know, to most other planets and stuff. So it would be very strange to encounter a meteorite that was made of a completely alien material, but I suppose not necessarily 100% unheard of. Alright, we should be able to get in. Equipped with 2 new features. First, it can repair your biological functions, and second, it can save your progress. There's just one thing, though. You might not be able to return, so make sure you're optimally outfitted. I think we're good to go. If you're not 100% perfectly, completely ready, well, you should be as prepared as possible. It would be for the best. Without careful preparation, you would be in big trouble. Yeah, we know. We're pretty much good to go. We got 8. We've got 10 multi-bottle rockets. We've got close to the best gear for everybody. At least one character has definitely got the best gear. Let's go. Alright, yes, thank you for reminding me of a thing that you just told me. And we get inside. I don't 100% know, like, what the whole mechanics of doing things like that are. Like, if there's a door on it or something, but here we are. Recognize this music? For like 2 seconds of it that we saw? Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, he healed us. Gave us Starstorm Omega. So, let's take a quick look at that. I want to show off real quick the amount of damage this does. About 640 to each enemy, 98. Well, I mean, it's a very short loop, but yes, it's also sampled from a Beatles song, I believe. And here we are. Starstorm Omega, 720 points of damage, give or take, at a cost of 42. So, one sec. So you can tell that Ness really got shafted in terms of offensive Psy moves. Also, you can check this thing and you can get a Horn of Life. Why not? The past. Ooh. Yeah, see? Recognize something like that from inside of our brains? So I don't 100% know, like, what the flag is to trigger this off the top of our head. Off the top of my head. I think you just go over there and come back. Aegis is attacking from our exact location, but he is attacking from many years in the past. That is indeed what we've been told. Well, it's hard for him to tell us, so he won't tell us right here. Alright, so, can't quite get in yet. What do you got? There we go. Get to the other side of him to make him move. Fuck. Let's warp to the past. Done by way of the Phases Order 3. Machine cannot warp life forms. Life is demolished in the process of warping. Ooh. Yikes. How'd y'all find that out? The way to accomplish the time travel is to transfer your brain program into a robot and send the robot into the past. Spirit will go with the robot while your body is left behind. Cannot promise that our spirit will come back after the battle in the past. Understand that the 4 of us are the chosen ones. We wish to face Gigas by traveling to the past. Accept this knowing that we may not be able to return to our current form. Well, it cannot be helped sometimes, I guess. Ness hands over his baseball cap that he's no longer equipped with. And we had some creepy sounds going with this. Dr. Andonuts had to operate on his own son, and I'm sure that he didn't really have much of a response there, really. It's Dr. Andonuts. Meduso? Yep. Let's go for it. And away we go into the past. Here we are. We're robots. Let's heal. And contact our father for a quick save. And yes, we get some unique dialogue here. And he tells us about our bank account, which is not really a big deal. Record. And continue. If you get over your cold soon. Thanks, Dad. Alright, so I guess this will probably be the right way to go. And you can see we've already got upgrades to the Octobots, and we've got the Wild and Woolly Shambler. I'm gonna see if I can't... excuse me. Gonna see if I can't get to the end of the game in this stream, because... You know what? Why not? The final boss is of a reasonable length, but the rest of this is not too long, and granted there's a lot of stuff that you can do after you defeat the boss, but before you view the credits. The nuclear reactor robot, we're just gonna walk away from this thing. Because it's the same as the atomic power robot, except with beefier stats, and it explodes, so we don't want any of that in our lives. Meanwhile, this is just free real estate. So, like I was saying, I'll probably end up leaving the ending sequence in the credits for another stream, but see if I can't beat the final boss today. And we will, yeah, if I manage to get to that point, you know, if I don't, like, start getting caught in a death loop or anything, which I'm sure that won't be too big of an issue, then... Oh, I don't want to deal with this. I see that nuclear power robot, I'm like, fuck out of here, buddy. Those things are way too strong of supports. So yeah, if we can do that, then yeah, I guess I'll start a new game on Monday and I'll relegate the ending and credits to a separate stream on a Friday or something. Because otherwise, goodness knows what else I'll do. Probably end up just like doing a one-off of something else. And yeah, you can also see that Jeff is going to be taking a bunch more damage because he still has on the rabbit's foot. Because I didn't get rid of it. Also, funny you should mention don't touch any butterflies, because literally a magic butterfly just spawned right here. Well, time to demolish time and space as we know it, I guess. But I need the healing, apparently. Ghost of Starman and nuclear reactor robot. We're going to try and at least kill the Ghost of Starman, so that way we don't get harassed by, well, if we're going this fast, we can probably just do this. Oh, wow, you didn't fully heal after almost getting killed. Okay. Thanks, buddy. I keep saying I don't want to fight them, and yet I'm over here just fighting them every time they show up, apparently. It's not that I'm a liar, it's just sometimes I'm like, it'll be fine. Alright, so we've got, once again, a Wild and Woolly Shambler encounter, and I actually don't know what these things do, really. If they have any sort of niche, or if they're just, you know, your standard mobs, standard garbage mobs. Which, it fired a beam. I haven't seen it do anything else. Maybe it is just a fairly generic attacker. Fuck. That one really is, like, yeah, okay, that counts. Well, that is very unfortunate, but I know a quick fix to this. Okay, maybe not quick enough. That might be a problem. Oh, damn it! Motherfucker! Ugh! Really now? Load of shit. Just leave the fight. Not enjoying how that panned out. I was just barely too slow to get that heal. And there we go. I was correct that there was one other weapon with higher offense than the Magicant Bat. It's a legendary bat. I just couldn't remember what it was called, because by that point, the ultimate bat is the 4th best. And what a name, then. Thanks a lot, buddy. Although saying that, I'm pretty sure that there's... Oh, hi, Bionic Kraken. So here we go. This is the enemy that has a chance, a 1 in 128 chance of having the Gutsy Bat. So we're going to do this, I suppose? Hey, let's show off Starstorm Omega. Actually, this would probably be an ideal enemy to just chuck a multi-bottle rocket at, but I decided not to do that for some reason. Yeah, so it's got like 1,300 or less HP. So if we encounter more of those, then we'll just chuck bottle rockets at them. Alright, so, yeah, that is probably not going to be... Oh boy, Final Star, man. This thing. I forget if the Final Star Man starts counting down or not, but it casts Starstorm Omega at some point. Usually, like, after a couple of turns, so... You have enough time to... Okay, it's gonna do Brain Shock on us. And then we're gonna eat some of this shit, and... I'm not going to have an easy access to life up there, so we're just gonna have to walk away from this fight. Because somebody, in fact multiple somebodies I think, decided to miss. Alright, so let's see if we can't show off the Final Star Man a little better here. Brain Shock Omega, and we're gonna have the same results. Not quite, actually. Wow, it actually missed everybody. So it didn't get to do anything. Well, that's as much showing off as you're gonna get there, Final Star Man. We're not having that shit anymore. Level 72 for Jeff. Very nice. Single enemy. It's just a ghost. Don't miss anybody. Ness, are you asleep or something? At least you hit, but still. Alright, into room 3 of the Cave of the Past. Hello? Can I get just one of you to come down here? Nope. We're gonna have to deal with it this way. And it's a fight that we're going to walk from immediately. Or as immediately as possible, anyway. Shield Beta, huh. That is probably a physical reflector. Alright, so that's not going to be Bionic Kraken. So we've got a Ghost of Starman. And apparently half of the party is just too damn slow to deal with this. Fuck off, Ness. Oh, again, we're too fucking slow to save Paula, who has like 200 HP because this game has not been nice to me in that regard. Oh, are you counting down now? Can you die already? Yes. We're leaving this fight now. I said we're leaving the fight now, you idiots. Absolute incompetence. Wow. 2 in a row. No, we're not even gonna chance it anymore. Fuck you, Ness. Well, here we are. Final boss time in this gross room full of weird guts that occasionally look like, well, I mean, maybe it's just because they got like almost pipe seams in them a little bit. Little bit of the H.R. Giger kind of thing going on here. Which I guess is fitting because, hey, check it out. It's the cover of Brain Salad Surgery, just without the skull. And hey, Ness's face, just in the middle of an anus. It's Porky and a spider robot. Surprised? It's just only the strong and able, yeah? Oh yeah, you think so? Is that what you think, buddy? Just gonna inform me of these things and lead into it. Let's go. So the music in this part of the fight is really cool. Oh yeah, by the way, do not attack Gigas yet, because any damage that you do to this target is reflected back at you. And for now, we are just going to dump a bunch of multi-bottle rockets into our target here. And I guess because it has the Ness face on, it can use various levels of rocket. Also, that bottle rocket was absolutely pathetic, Jeff. You are not trying, are you? And here we still are, this deep into things, with this questionable of an ability to hit, apparently. Well, okay, that was like an actual number, I guess. I understand you guys are already claiming to be heroes. Well, it's a gazillion years too early for you to oppose Gigas. Knowing what Gigas looks like. I mean, that's kind of immaterial, but, you see Gigas, you'd be so petrified with fear you'd never be able to run away. It's a boss fight! We can't run from a boss fight anyway! Yeah, go right ahead and turn off the Devil's Machine, whatever. Are you allowed to call it that in a Nintendo game in the mid-90s? Probably not. It's terrifying. Gigas cannot think rationally anymore. He's aware of what he is doing now. Own mind was destroyed by his incredible power. What an almighty idiot. This is a pretty great phrase. But also, like, how do you expect to harness this power if Gigas has no real idea as to what exactly it's doing? I think that's going to cause you some issues here. So anyway, we get a phase where we just have to beat the crap out of Gigas. We probably all already kind of know how this ends. This is a rather famous boss fight among all of them, so I'm not really going to hold that as too much of a spoiler, although I won't necessarily say it until we get there. A couple of contradictory statements there, I guess. Okay, use... Congratulations on 260 damage Bottle Rocket, by the way, Jeff. Wow. That's impressively bad. Jeff, you are not holding up your end of the bargain, that's for sure. I don't know if, like, these are normally not good or something, so... That's... Like, if so, if not, rather... That is pretty pathetic. So anyway... Alright, he's got an AoE Psy Freeze, because of course he does. Life up. Alright, Jeff, try again. Can you, like... Oh, wow! This is pretty bad, that's all I can say. You guys are really not holding up your end of the bargain here. Jeff, stop dying. You know what, I'm just gonna let you tick out, Jeff, because fuck you. We're having a pretty ugly run of it, that's for sure. And also, Pooh has, like, no psychic points, because why would he? Alright, Jeff. Go for it. Come on. Aim more to the left. Jag off. I mean, that's a little bit more like it, but also... 411. Are multi-bottle rockets just, like, really, really piss weak against Gigas? Oh, and Porky has some things to say, which I've been ignoring, because that was an unexpectedly... This part of the fight is usually really easy. You know, here you are, waiting to be burned up with all the rest of the garbage of this universe. I gotta admit that Porky does have some great lines, and he is such a huge jerk in this fight. You want to scream for help here in the dark? Why not call your mommy, Ness? And that's... I know you have telepathy or something, so just try to call for help. And that is sort of the hint of what you're supposed to do with this part of the fight, but otherwise, once you get here, you're supposed to be stuck in this area of like, oh wow, I can't do anything of real use here. What can I possibly do? Until eventually you fall back on, oh yeah, let me try praying. Because that's the only option you have left, and this is it. You get little cutscenes after each prayer. I forget how many there are. Maybe we can keep count. Maybe I'll forget. So here's our first prayer. The rest of Dr. Andonuts' crew returns. Apparently leaving that one Mr. Saturn behind. Unless that one is hanging out inside of the Phasist Order. Here come the rest of the Saturns from the village, including one hanging out just off screen. All the Mr. Saturns felt a new, startling feeling that they had never experienced before. They all started praying for the safety of Ness and his friends. And this will have an effect on Gigas, and it won't be the usual prayer effects. Gigas' defenses become unstable. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that you can start fighting this dude regularly. We are just going to keep dealing with this the way that we have before, as we get a bunch of other weird, creepy messages from Gigas, who is not happy with us, perhaps unsurprisingly. Don't freeze me. I think this is the AoE Psy freeze. But we did not get frozen, at least Paula didn't, and that is the important part. As we get into prayer number 2, it's the Runaway 5. Hanging out in Summers. And there they are, Sans keyboardist. Suddenly, one of the Runaway 5 felt something stop him, and he prayed fervently for the safety of Ness and his friends. And now, Gigas starts to take permanent damage from these prayers. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is that you have to go beyond that in order to do anything to him. Okay. Paula prayed. Speed this prayer to all the people of the earth. And prayer number 3. Paula's dad. The rest of Paula's mother, and the rest of the kids from Polestar Preschool. And there we go, 90 damage. Yes, good for you. I'm gonna have to mash through a bunch of... Can you, like, not hit her first, at least? There we go. Okay, so everybody's at full again. We'll have Ness go on guard because we should be able to get away with that. Right, can you skip a turn, please? No. Darn. Alright, so that's AoE freeze. Anyone who can hear our plea, help us. Prayer number 4. This will be Jeff and his crew, right? Well, Tony, rather. And there's Maxwell and everybody else over here. They all face the screen. Suddenly, Tony felt anxious about Jeff. He prayed strongly for the safety of Jeff and his friends. You'll notice they're all looking at us a little bit, right? Like, everybody turns in to face the screen when they start praying. Interesting how that works out. We're a little stuck here, buddy. Alright, lightning. Yeah, that's fine. And that damage is not permanent. Paula, hold on. Thank you. Please grant us power. Anyone who can hear our plea, help us. Prayer number 5. And it's all the girls from Dalam. Woke from a dream in which Prince Pooh died. Began to pray for the well-being of Pooh and his friends. You know, fair enough. You ever just have those weird, intrusive dreams? It's not great. We're getting some good damage in, though. In fact, at this point, I have enough PP that I'm just going to cast Life Up Omega automatically and have everybody else be on guard. Just in case of emergency. You know? Please grant us strength. Anyone who can hear our plea, we ask for this. Alright. Here we are at 6. It's the folks from Winnette. Hey, it's Frank. Frank recalled Ness's shining young face and began to pray diligently for the safety of Ness and his friends. Nice, we're getting some work in. Hey, wait, that's not. That was about to be a huge waste of psychic points. Oh, that's annoying. Well, at least Paula didn't get solidified. Read this prayer to all the people of the earth. And prayer number 7. Oh, look, it's our family. And even the dog. Aww. That's one cute dog. Oh, I feel like we're getting somewhere. Those damage numbers are getting pretty big. Oh, Jesus. First of all, apologies for your eyes, and second of all, apologies for your bit rate, which is probably already tanking and only going to get worse. There is not really anything I can do about the second one, that's for sure, because this just does not record very well. You need a lot of bit rate to be able to properly capture this in video form. And even if I turned my stream up to like twice what I've got now, it would not look great. I can't think of anyone else. Don't say that yet! Someone, anyone, please help us. On prayer number 8, Paula's call was absorbed by the darkness. And you might think, at this point, that you'd have to stop. No, you keep going. You do one more prayer. And hope that Geekus doesn't decide to be an asshole and freeze Paula. See, he even busted out freeze, so I was waiting for it. And here we go. Someone, can you hear me? Please grant us strength. At prayer 9, Paula and her friend's calls touch the heart of a blank name. Oh, well, unfortunately, it's so short that we killed the build-up. Because it's supposed to slowly piece in your name as it does all of the kept praying and everything. Unfortunately, we had a 3-character name, so that is a bit wasted. And you will see these damage numbers go ballistic as the game finally goes, aren't you forgetting someone? And looks at the player and truly gets you involved for praying for this nightmare to finally be over. And there it is. That is Gigas done and dusted. And Porky is going to try and taunt us while running away. What a real champion. Which of us do you think is the cool guy? It's not you, because you're running away and you're trying to act like you're tough for it. Mother 3 next, highly unlikely. I have never played Mother 3. I will probably have to give it a little bit of poking around and everything. I've heard that it's very good. I've also heard there's some rhythm game aspects to it that would probably make me suck a little bit. I don't know yet what the next RPG that I will be putting up on the channel will be, but that will be on Monday, and, you know, hopefully it'll be something pretty interesting. I just have to go through my collection of games and be like, hey, what sounds like fun? Also, that's a nice little ending to the boss, because we don't get the usual stat screens and everything, it being a final boss and all that. Have I heard of Distriga? No. I was like, is that familiar? Not quite. The name sounds like something else a little bit, I guess. The war against Gigas is over. And although our team has been thoroughly trashed, Ness's hat looks pretty destroyed, there is nothing to fear. Because, somehow or another, presumably through brain downloading, Dr. Andonuts got our souls into these robots. And they are escaping from those robot shells back to our 4 bodies at Saturn Valley. I just slapped my pop filter. Whoops. Our travels together end here. Turn to Mom and use this experience for the good of my country. There you go, Pooh. You, do your thing. Create a strange power before I go. Realize this power as a child. Sigh, farewell. Now. I'll see you again someday. Whoop. And he's out of here. And these 3 gift boxes drop. Hey, Jeff. Paula, Ness, it's great to hang out with you guys. That's a good way to put it. Hang out with us. Save the world. You know, that was just sort of an ancillary thing. Studying so hard. Remarkable. If you two get hitched someday, maybe I'll be the one that fixes your broken electronic appliances. That's great, Jeff. Looks like this is goodbye for now, says Jeff. And we're pretty close in the stream. Yeah. Well, I can take you home. She's back in our party. And that is where this is going to end for us for today. We will be exploring this end sequence on next Friday.